Hello friends, here we will talk about all the important question of class 10th ICSE of the Java coding. So firstly we will start from the important question and the important topic. So what is Java? Java is an object oriented programming language. Java is an object oriented programming language that is developed by the Sun Microsystem and it was released in the year 1995. The programming language is the very tough language that we all learn in the ICSE. Then what about the Java? Java was originally developed by the James Gosling at the microsystem, means at the Sun Microsystem. Java was originally developed by the James Goslings at the Sun Microsystem and which has since merged into a Oracle Corporation. But what about a Java? We'll learn about a platform in the Java. So firstly we'll talk about the Java. Java is a program, and also we can say the Java program or a platform independent, which means that they can be run on any operating system. The Java program can be run on the any operating system or any device. They can be run on any operating system with any type of processor as long as the Java interpreter is available on that system. If Java interpreter is available on that system, then the Java program, it is a platform independent that is run on this operating system. But what about the JVM, Java Virtual Machine? The work of the JVM is executes the Java code. The work of the JVM is execute the Java code. It execute the coding of the Java. But what about the OOP? This is the very important topic that we can learn in the ICSE. So what about the OOP? OOP is the short form of object oriented programming, but the OOP is correctly we can say OOPS. The S is stand for a system, or we can say the other operating system. OOP stand for the object oriented programming, and the object oriented programming, it is a method or methodology or a paradigm to design a program using a class and object. But object oriented programming means OOP has a four features. Means it has a six feature, but the four important features are given at a first one is inheritance, second one is polymorphism, and third one is abstraction, and fourth one is encapsulation. So here the question can be give that oops are the have a four features. Also we can say that it has a four pillars, or we can say it has a four important concept or a principles. Then scanner, if the programming Java programming can we will solve and do in the two ways. First one is by scanner and second one is buffer reader. So buffer reader is not followed. If you follow scanner, then we'll talk about the definition of the scanner. So Java scanner class comes under the java.util.package, means Java scanner class comes under the java.util package. It means that the Java has a various ways to read input. Java has a various many ways to read an input from the keyboard, and the java.util.scanner, it is a class is one of them. And the Java scanner class can break the input into a tokens using a delimiter that is a white space by default. And also we can see the scanner, it provide a many method to read and parse various primitive values. But how can we write the program of scanner in the Java programming? So if we will follow the scanner, then we will write the format of this program is import Java started from the import and ask a to and end with the two commas. First we will write import java dot util dot scanner. So if we will use a scanner, because if we will take a input, if we will take a something and ask to find with the question, then if any input does not give, then we will use a scanner. If we will use a scanner, then we will also use a string args. Then the complete format of the Java program by scanner is import java.util.scanner. And so here the important thing is that don't don't take the comma in the after import, because it is a wrong, it does not run on the computer. But firstly we'll write the import, then gap, then java.util.scanner class scanner in the second line, because we will take a class scanner. Then static void main, if we will use a scanner, then we will also use in the other programming string args. Then scanner scan is equal to new scanner system dot in, we will write a in a one line. Then in the next line we will line and write a system dot out dot print enter anything, then comma string k is equal to scan dot next line. But in the next line we will write sopln in the short form, in the full form we will write system dot out dot print, and you can have entered plus k. Then there will be the end a program after using the double curly bracket. The curly bracket will be closed after complete a program. Then we are learning about the buffer reader. If the some students are follow the buffer reader or in the java programming, then how can we learn about the buffer reader? So for scanner follower student was also learn about the definition of the buffer reader, because it will always ask in the exam. But those who are using buffer reader and write the program by the buffer reader ways, then that's important for both case. Then how we will write the theory of the buffer reader, what is the concept of the buffer reader? So the java buffer reader class is used to input the text from a character based input stream, and it can be also used to read data line by read line method, and it makes the performance fast. Buffer reader make the performance fast, it is the very important point of the buffer reader. Then how can we write a java program of the buffer reader in a concept? Started from the import java.io, then class input plus string, then curly bracket open, static void main throws exception. IO exception, because we are writing in the buffer reader, in the scanner throws exception only we will use. Before writing a throws exception, we will not using in the bracket any kind of comma or inverted comma. Then curly bracket open, in the next line we will write buffer reader br in the short form is equal to new buffer reader new input stream reader, and in the bracket we will write system dot in. Then string a sopln means system dot out dot print enter a string. In the next line we will write a is equal to br read line. Then in the next line we will write system dot out dot print you entered a system dot out dot print a plus plus a. Then double curly bracket close. Why we will close a double curly bracket? Because in the scanner or buffer reader both, because we will start it from, we will also open the two curly bracket, then we will close two curly bracket. So here this is the ICSE computer application year 2019 sample paper, sorry, board paper of the section A part of the 40 marks. So here we'll discuss the question first each and every part. So the first question is that name any two basic principle of object oriented programming. So we will in the started we will discuss about the four important principle or concept of the OOPS are encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and we will talk about the next one. But here we will write only two basic. We will write encapsulation and inheritance, not the polymorphism or abstraction we will also use. But the second question will be asked, write a short difference between a urinary and binary operator. So there are three operators, unary, binary, and ternary. So the urinary operator work on one operand, unary operator work on a one operand, whereas binary operator work on a two operand. Then name the keyword which indicate that a method has a no return time. So here the questions would be asked, indicate that, name the keyword which indicate that the method has a no return type. So the keyword is that void, make the variable, and the second question is that make the variable as a class variable. So the variable and the class variable is that the static, and the the question is write a memory capacity, or we can say the memory capacity is also known as the size of the storage of a sort and a float data types in the bytes. So sort can occupy the 2 bytes and the float occupies a 4 bytes. Then identify, the next question said that the identify and the name the following tokens. First, public, it is a keyword. A, constant, and it is a operator, and it is a separator, that is the given in the third and fourth. Then we all are discussed buffer reader and the scanner, oops, and Java virtual machine and Java. So here we will take a short programs. So if we will started the doing a programming, then we will started from the how can we write a program to print the hello world. So firstly we will write a class, take a class, the class will be a hello world. Then we will open a curly bracket and write in the next line public static void main in the bracket string args. Then second curly bracket open फिर sopln system dot out dot println hello world. Then bracket close. Then after we can do in the next step, we are close two curly bracket in the different line. But if we will step by step solve the programs to input and add two numbers, so how can we write this program? Started from the import java.util.scanner class numbers. Here the class will take a number and curly bracket open. Public static void main string args curly bracket also open. Then we will int 3, because why we will take here the 3, because x and y and z. X is a first number, y is a second number, and z is a container that will take a x plus y. Then sopln system dot out dot println. The important thing at here is that if we will write the exam in the examination, and so we will write the system dot out dot println, not we will use a short form sopln, but if we will practice about the programming, then we will use a sopln. In the bracket we will enter any two number to calculate their sum. Then close bracket. Then after in the next line we will use scanner in is equal to new scanner in the bracket system dot in. Then x is equal to in dot next int, y is equal to in dot next int, and z is equal to, z is a container. Here the j will be the doing the work of the container that will the contain x plus y value. And then in the next line we will write system dot out dot println sum of the entered integer that will be equal to plus z. Then we will close the two curly bracket. But if we will in the third step we will write a program to find whether a number is a even or odd. So how can we find with the help of a program? So we will write import. So the important concept at here, import java.util.scanner. Then class, we will take a class even odd, because we will find the check and find the even or odd. Then we will open a curly bracket, public static void main and string args. Then we will also use open a curly bracket, फिर int x. Then after in the next line we will write system dot out dot println enter the number, and then scanner in is equal to new scanner in the bracket system dot in, and then x is equal to in dot next int. Then we will break a one line, and after we will write if x module 2 is equal to 0, then system dot out dot println it was an even number. So here the equal to is used, it means that 2 is equal to 0, the value of 2 is equal to 0. Then else system dot out dot println it is an odd number. So we will close the curly bracket. Then what will be the output? First we will enter the number 2, it is the even number. Then enter a number 5, it is an odd number. Then so here these all are the important concept that we will discuss in the next video. We will discuss about the all other important concept of the Java coding. So thanks for watching our video. If you like it,